What's happening, tech fans? The news cycle never stops, and neither do we. Get ready for the absolute latest, the most crucial updates that you need to know right here, right now. We've got a packed show with developments that could shape your digital world. From groundbreaking innovations to critical security insights, you won't want to miss a second. Let's dive in. First up, we're talking about spreadsheets getting a brain, but with a twist that might just surprise you. Then, we're securing our future with a look at quantum-safe technology and the race against time. Next, a clever new way hackers are trying to steal your logins and how to spot it. And finally, we're at the biggest gaming event of the year, where some tough questions are being asked. Stick around because this is Microsoft Sphere and you're getting the inside scoop. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. A spreadsheet's surprising flaw. Get ready for a development that might make you rethink your calculations, as even the most trusted tools can sometimes falter. This story highlights a significant shift in how we interact with everyday software, underscoring the growing presence of artificial intelligence. Microsoft Excel, a staple in data analysis and calculation for decades, is now experimenting with an AI-powered function designed to automatically fill cells and perform tasks using natural language commands. The goal is to simplify complex operations, allowing users to simply describe what they need, rather than relying on intricate formulas. Imagine telling Excel to classify this data or create a summary table, and having it execute the task. This move by Microsoft reflects a broader industry trend of integrating AI into existing productivity suites, aiming to boost efficiency and accessibility. The vision, from a business perspective, is clear. Make powerful tools easier to use, potentially de-skilling users in traditional methods while onboarding them to AI-driven workflows. This could democratize advanced data manipulation, making it accessible to a wider audience who may not have the specialized skills to master complex spreadsheet functions. However, there's a significant caveat that raises eyebrows and questions the reliability of this new feature. Microsoft itself explicitly warns users that this AI function, dubbed Copilot, should not be used for doing math or anything actually important. The company's documentation states that Copilot uses AI and can give incorrect responses, advising users to employ native Excel formulas for any task requiring accuracy or reproducibility, as well as avoiding AI-generated outputs for tasks with legal, regulatory, or compliance implications. This warning directly contradicts the fundamental purpose of a spreadsheet program, which is built on precision and reliability. For generations, tools from ancient abacuses to modern calculators have prided themselves on delivering correct answers. The idea that a tool designed for calculation would introduce unpredictability is jarring. It raises concerns about a potential generation of users becoming overly reliant on AI that may not always deliver accurate results, impacting everything from personal finance to business reporting. The implications of introducing an AI that can be wrong into a tool like Excel are profound. It could lead to a generation of users who are less proficient in fundamental calculation methods, while simultaneously not being able to trust the output of the AI they are using. This scenario speaks to a larger concern within the AI revolution: the potential for widespread de-skilling and a dependence on systems that may be flawed. If the business model for AI hinges on making users dependent on a tool that performs poorly, it creates a problematic dynamic where users must accept subpar performance to access the technology. This could fundamentally alter how we approach data analysis, shifting from a focus on accuracy and understanding to one of managing and verifying potentially flawed AI outputs. Hold on to your hats, because the implications of AI in our daily tools are still unfolding. Next, we're diving into the critical world of cybersecurity and how Microsoft is preparing for the future of computing. Securing the future, the quantum computing countdown. In the face of unprecedented technological leaps, a silent race is underway to protect our digital foundations from a future threat that could unravel today's security. This story highlights critical preparations being made at the highest levels of technology and government. Quantum computing, with its promise of revolutionizing fields from medicine to materials science, also presents a significant existential threat to current cryptographic security. The immense processing power of scalable quantum computers could, in theory, break the public key cryptography methods that underpin secure online communication, digital signatures, and authentication systems. This means that everything from secure banking transactions to encrypted emails could become vulnerable. While such powerful quantum computers are not yet a reality, the time to prepare is now. Organizations and governments worldwide are recognizing the urgency to transition to quantum-safe security measures, also known as post-quantum cryptography, PQC. Microsoft is at the forefront of this transition, actively partnering with key regulatory and technical bodies like the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, the Internet Engineering Task Force, IETF, and the International Organization for Standardization, ISO. These collaborations are crucial for aligning on global quantum-safe encryption standards and ensuring worldwide interoperability. The migration to PQC is not a simple software update. It's a multi-year transformation requiring meticulous planning and coordinated execution. It also presents an opportunity for organizations to modernize their cryptographic architectures, upgrade legacy systems, and embrace crypto agility, the ability to easily switch between different cryptographic algorithms as threats evolve. Microsoft's commitment to this shift began years ago, with research into post-quantum algorithms and cryptanalysis dating back to 2014. They have actively participated in NIST's PQC standardization process, submitting algorithms and conducting experimental tests, including a PQC-protected VPN tunnel between the US and Scotland using their underwater data center. Furthermore, Microsoft has been a founding member of the Open Quantum Safe project and led integration workstreams for NIST's post-quantum project, contributing to the development of algorithms like Frodo-KEM, which is poised to become an ISO standard. In 2024, Microsoft announced Atom's Bridge Accelerator, an open-source quantum-resilient cryptographic hardware accelerator integrated into Calyptra 2, part of the Open Compute project. To help customers and partners begin exploring and integrating PQC, they have previewed PQC capabilities for Windows Insiders and Linux, and updated their SimCrypt library to support verified PQC algorithms. Charlie Bell, Executive Vice President for Microsoft Security, outlined Microsoft's vision for a quantum-safe future in 2023, leading to the creation of the Microsoft Quantum Safe Program, QSP. This program consolidates and accelerates Microsoft's efforts to protect its infrastructure and that of its customers and partners. The QSP is aligned with U.S. government requirements and timelines, including guidance from the OMB, CISA, NIST, and NSA, and closely monitors international initiatives. Microsoft's roadmap aims for a full transition of its services and products by 2033, 2 years ahead of most government deadlines, with early adoption of quantum-safe capabilities planned for 2029. This phased strategy ensures resilience against quantum computers capable of breaking modern cryptography, integrating PQC into foundational components like SimCrypt, which supports a wide range of cryptographic operations across Windows, Azure, and Microsoft 365. The program also addresses the growing threat of harvest now, decrypt later attacks by enhancing security protocols like TLS 1.3 to support quantum-safe key exchange mechanisms. This proactive approach to quantum security is vital for our digital future. Now, let's shift gears to a more immediate cyber threat and how hackers are cleverly targeting your login credentials. Clever hackers exploit trusted links for login theft. A sophisticated new attack method is tricking users into handing over their credentials by leveraging legitimate online pathways, bypassing standard security measures. This story reveals a concerning evolution in phishing tactics. Cybercriminals have devised a novel technique that combines seemingly legitimate Office.com links with Active Directory Federation Services, ADFS, to redirect unsuspecting users to a phishing page designed to steal their Microsoft 365 logins. This method is particularly concerning because it allows attackers to bypass traditional URL-based detection systems and even multi-factor authentication processes by initially routing traffic through trusted Microsoft infrastructure. Researchers at Push Security, a firm specializing in identity-based attack protection, uncovered a recent campaign that targeted several of their clients, where employees were redirected from a legitimate Outlook Office.com link to a malicious phishing website. The ingenuity of this attack lies in its delivery mechanism, which uses trusted infrastructure to evade security agents that would typically flag suspicious URLs. The attack chain reportedly begins when a target clicks on a malicious sponsored link in Google Search Results for Office 365. This initial click leads the user to Microsoft's official Office portal, which then performs a series of redirects. The crucial redirect sends the user to a domain controlled by the attacker, such as bluegraintours.com, which then finally directs them to a phishing page meticulously crafted to harvest credentials. What makes this tactic effective is that, from the user's perspective, the journey to the malicious page appears to originate from Microsoft's own Office.com domain, with no phishing email involved. Push security researchers discovered that the attacker had configured a custom Microsoft tenant with ADFS. ADFS is Microsoft's single sign-on solution, enabling users to access multiple applications with a single set of credentials. While Microsoft continues to support ADFS, it actively encourages customers to migrate to Azure Active Directory for identity and access management. By controlling a Microsoft tenant, the attacker can use ADFS to process authorization requests from their malicious domain, which masquerades as an identity and access management provider, thereby allowing authentication on the phishing page. To further legitimize their phishing site and evade automated detection, the attacker populates the site with fake blog posts and other details, making it appear authentic. The sophistication is further amplified by conditional loading restrictions, ensuring the phishing page is only presented to targets deemed valid, while others are redirected back to the legitimate Office.com site. According to Jacques Lau, co-founder and chief product officer at Push Security, these attacks do not seem to target specific industries or job roles, suggesting a broader experimentation with new attack vectors. He noted that threat actors are exploring novel techniques to lure users into clicking highly trusted links that lead to fairly standard phishing kits, similar to methods employed by groups like Shiny Hunters and Scattered Spider. While ADFS has been used in previous phishing campaigns, attackers typically spoofed the targeted organization's ADFS login page. This new method, however, leverages the legitimate redirect process. To counter such sophisticated attacks, Push Security recommends continuous monitoring for ADFS redirects to malicious locations and advises enterprises to scrutinize ad parameters in Google redirects to Office.com, as these can reveal malicious domains or phishing page redirects. This highlights the ongoing cat-and-mouse game between security professionals and cybercriminals, where attackers constantly evolve their methods to exploit trust and familiarity. This sophisticated attack underscores the need for constant vigilance in our digital interactions. Now, we head to a major gaming convention where important questions about company practices and global issues are being raised. Gamescom, tough questions met with silence. At a major industry event, a major tech company faces scrutiny over its recent workforce reductions and its alleged ties to sensitive geopolitical matters, but officials remain tight-lipped. Microsoft found itself in a peculiar position at Gamescom 2025, a premier video game trade fair, where its representatives were reportedly instructed not to address sensitive topics such as recent mass layoffs and allegations concerning the use of its Azure technology by the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, in Gaza and the West Bank. Game Developer Magazine reported that during an impromptu interview, a Microsoft spokesperson intervened when asked about these issues, stating that developers were present solely to discuss their games and directing further inquiries to be made via email. This response is particularly notable given that Game Developer had previously attempted to reach out to Microsoft for comment on these matters without success. The company's official stance, as reiterated in an updated blog post on August 15, is that it is undertaking a formal review into a report by The Guardian, which alleged that IDF is using Azure for mass surveillance of civilians. Microsoft's standard terms of service prohibit such usage, and the company has engaged a law firm and an independent consulting firm to conduct this review, which will build upon an earlier review that found no violations. Microsoft has stated it will share the factual findings of this new review publicly. The situation at Gamescom highlights a broader pattern of corporate responses to employee and public concerns. Following significant layoffs, including thousands within its video game division, Microsoft has been criticized for a lack of transparency regarding the specifics of these cuts. Furthermore, the company has faced pressure from unionized employees at Arcane, a Microsoft-owned studio, who published an open letter in solidarity with the boycott, divestment, sanctions, BDS movement. This movement calls for consumers to boycott Xbox products and for Microsoft to sever ties with the Israeli military, with BDS labeling Microsoft as a highly complicit tech company in Israel's alleged apartheid regime. In parallel, a group of current and former Microsoft employees organized a protest at the company's Redmond headquarters, carrying signs with messages like "No Azure for Apartheid," and stating their refusal to be cogs in the Israeli genocidal machine. These events follow an earlier statement by Microsoft in May that an external review of its contracts with Israel found no evidence that its products were used to target or harm people in Gaza. Despite these assertions and the ongoing employee activism, the company's reluctance to engage in public discussion about these sensitive issues at a high-profile event like Gamescom has drawn criticism, raising questions about corporate accountability and employee expression. These events at Gamescom raise important questions about corporate responsibility and transparency. That brings us to the end of our roundup today. What did you think of these stories? Let us know in the comments below. That was a whirlwind tour of the latest tech news. We saw AI's surprising stumble in Excel, the crucial race for quantum-safe security, a clever new phishing tactic, and tough questions at Gamescom. Stay ahead of the curve, subscribe to Microsoft Sphere, hit that notification bell, and join the conversation in the comments. Follow us on all our social channels for even more updates. We'll see you next time.